Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at Solana. Speaking just openly about the situation right now, we're effectively creating lower lows and we're still haven't broken this descending trend. And we want to talk about that and a few other things. Okay, so we're just going to be real and honest in this conversation here. If you're the type that's super bullish on Solana and you don't like that it's pulling back, and I'm telling you that it's pulling back, and you don't like that, I'm sorry. It's just kind of the way it goes. I'm always going to shoot you straight, and that's just how it is with trading. Okay, so in this case right now, we can kind of see, just quickly to note, that we try to break through this 0.618 fib level there at 115, had no success doing so. That was an important level because, of course, that would put us above the volume profile and be in a better situation. And instead of being range bound here, we've broken the upper range with a lower range. Okay, so it's an interesting thing. This is kind of one of those typical liquidity sweeps that we see here often. There is more liquidity down the downside, as I mentioned, at the low 100 mark, and we're going to talk about that. So in fact, let's jump into that right now and kind of understand generally where we're at. So quickly to note, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. And if you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below. I'll share my signals with you here in a moment, but what I want to show you here is, first of all, this 102 mark. There's a heavy concentration of liquidation at 102. And in fact, I think yesterday one of my community members said that they got swept out when they were at 102, which happens a lot, unfortunately, but that large aggressive wick down wiped out a lot of longs, and it could very well happen again. So just be mindful that we are trending towards that, and there is more liquidation to the downside than the upside. And you got to recognize, with Bitcoin dominance increasing, which is doing right now, a lot of alts, specifically alts that are in profit, are coming back down. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this equation here, take a look at my my education section. I have it pinned just to kind of keep it simple. When Bitcoin dominance is up and Bitcoin price goes up, alts will come down. And I talk about this a lot in previous videos, every so often, of course, depending on the situation. But it's one of those things you want to definitely understand and realize that it's not a perfect situation right now. Also, furthermore, my trading bots here for my day trading group, it's scalping the heck out of Solana and Matic right now. Okay, so again, what I mean by that is that with we got full-on shorts open in those groups, and I think there's confidence that the price is going to continue lower. Okay, so again, that day trading strategy that I have in place has its merits. It's not a swing trade scenario, because that's what we're going to look at here today. But I just want you to know that if my day trading bots are scalping this to the downside, there's a decent chance it's probably going to continue. Having said that, we've addressed the liquidation at 102, which is not far away, by the way. It's just below this fib level here at 1.272. We can see that 99 to 102 range as a potential support. I've talked about this previously, and that oftentimes support levels are tested for reasons, mainly because there's liquidity levels in those ranges. Okay, support is nice, but it may not hold. We got to just be open to the fact that that's a possibility. The price action could continue lower. So again, I just like to kind of open your mind, kind of think of some things alternatively. I mean, you don't have to be so dead set on the price going straight up. You have to recognize when there's proof that the price may turn around. Now, there isn't anything massive on the daily, just to clarify, as far as moving averages are concerned. It's trailing way behind, okay? That's not really the trend that we're looking for here. The trend that we're looking for would be the MACD divergence and or stochastic RSI swinging down, losing 70 on the RSI on the daily. These are all signs here the price is likely to continue to the downside. Now, again, I'm not the old town crier right now screaming that the price is going to just drop like a rock or immediately, but we want to be careful and cautious. So again, if you're in profit on a long position, why not adjust your stop loss higher to ensure you can take some profit? It just makes sense, okay? So please, please, please try not to be too greedy to not be able to walk away with some money, okay? Nothing worse than leaving money on the table. Either way, MACD hasn't diverged yet. Once more, the sky is not falling. I'm just letting you know there is potential for this coin to continue to sell off a little bit more. It's been a pretty aggressive day. From top to bottom, we're down almost 9%. So it's not fantastic. However, if we take a look at some 4-hour time frame stuff here, this will give us a little bit more proof of what's going on, or verification, okay? Because you can see here, 20-day SMA. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it. 20-day SMA, right there, working as a resistance level now. And I mentioned this previously. It's important to pay attention to that level, because that thing will hold the price action in place until it doesn't. And as you can see, it held the price for a long time. And now that we've lost that, we got to be mindful the price could continue lower. Okay, so again, this doesn't mean that the price is just going to drop. It just implies we got to understand and respect that that's probably a resistance level now. So 113/115, this range here, is going to be a strong resistance for us. Okay? Mainly because there's a tremendous amount of volume there, but also moving averages kind of letting us know that, hey, we're finally equaling things out. There's profits being taken on this coin, and it's a very normal thing. Okay? So please, please, please recognize this is not a terrible situation. It's par for the course when coins exude such bullish behavior for so long. There has to be a corrective behavior as well to follow, a corrective wave. Having said that, we take a look here at the 50-day SMA. Price action is moving above that, so we're still in decent shape. We haven't lost the 50. That's a fairly big trend setter there. And then also, if we look at a few things here, we're below 50 in the RSI. Oops, excuse me. I don't like that at all. It's not a situation where I like to buy into. Now, again, if the RSI comes down here close to the 30 and the money flow index is really down like the 20 range, that's a case in point. That's what we want to look for. Okay, so a lot of times I will set alerts for money flow index crossing 20 and then also potentially RSI crossing 30. Those are two things I like to look for. We're not there yet, which basically just means that we could see the price pull back further. We lost our tentative support at 50 on the RSI, and then stochastic RSI swinging down, MACD is diverging. There's all reasons here to expect the price to continue lower. Okay? Again, it's not fantastic, but it's a lower low, lower high trend we're starting to see here. Okay, we're establishing lower highs and lower lows. So just something to be mindful of. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll draw out some new trend lines, make sure we kind of have that all nice and tightened up here for you, and I'll post that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I typically provide charts like this. For example, Bitcoin's looking very positive right now. Which is interesting that Solana is an inverse pairing at the moment. But it's just one of those profitable situations where altcoins are taking somewhat of a hit today. Okay. Having said all that, let's look at the hourly and wrap it up here. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little wordy. Some folks really like the extra knowledge I drop. Some people are just here for the TA, so I appreciate you sticking with it. Take a look at the hourly. Again, we're about 6 or 7 hours of this continuation. Basically, we just got to reset, so we're about 3 hours into this downtrend, which basically implies we could see another 6 to 12 more hours of continuation of the downside. Okay, so again, this trend has only started. We also got to recognize, and I talked about this yesterday, being a really big deal, being below the cloud. Some people don't believe it, but it's a very real thing, and it tends to be very accurate. So, lagging span, free and clear of the price action. Shorts are in play. Conversion line below the baseline. Shorts are in play. Price below the cloud, shorts are in play, okay? So there's no reason to open a long position right now. Okay. I know it seems contradictory to me always saying do not short this coin. I'm not saying to short this coin at all either. I'm just saying if you have a short open, you might want to consider leaving it open because you're probably going to continue to be profitable. Furthermore, too, we want to just recognize that it's important not to get too hard and heavy with your positions. All of our trades, for example, for our swing trades here, these are all 5x to 6x leverage trades. ARB 125%, OP 143, Matic 102, the graph 53% in 3 days, Dusk 154%, SKL 110% in 2.5 trading days. Those were, well, that's a 6x leverage trade, but again, the point is they're low leverage, low position size. So if you have a trade open in Solana with low leverage right now, you wouldn't have an issue right now where you're scared to be liquidated, okay? You should never be in a position where you're going to be liquidated because your stop loss should have triggered first, or you shouldn't be in a high leverage scenario where your risk tolerance is too great, if you will, or too poor, more so rather, and you're letting the price ride and you're just kind of hoping it recovers. Hope belongs nowhere in trading. Okay. Anyways, some friendly advice to part ways with there. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our phenomenal exchange, Bitunix. We're affiliated with them. You have until year end to take advantage of this exclusive offer. You have to use my link to register, but there's awesome rewards if you use their link. Mainly, we use them because there's no KYC or no VPN for my US Canadian members, and of course, also they have trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets. All that stuff is covered in our Bitunix section in our Discord. I have an instructional video too. But I do want you to know that there's definitely some really good resources. Also, check out some of our premium results here too in our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter. Awesome stuff. Either way, thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take good care.